I'm making some rosemary potatoes for part of dinner tonight. So there's salt, pepper, olive oil, minced garlic, and minced rosemary. And there's going to be lots of potatoes too. Set to 400 degrees. I've lined it with aluminum foil and in it goes. I'm also making some barbecue chicken because I've been really in the mood for it for like the past week.
Welcome to
Wednesday.
I just got home from work, as you might be able to tell because I haven't even taken this off yet, to a very nice smelling apartment. It smells very good in here. It smells like food, and I am a very hungry boy. So I'm very excited to eat whatever Giselle's made. But first, apparently I have a package. It's from Simon & Schuster. Interesting. Oh! I think I might know what it is. Maybe I don't know what it is. In fact, I probably don't know what it is. Let's find out together. Okay, there we go. What is this?
I don't know. What is it?
I wasn't expecting this to come so soon, but awesome. This got here before the actual thing that I thought it would be. But it's called Star's End by Cassandra Rose Clarke. So this is a sci-fi book by this lady. She wrote, we have one of her books. She wrote like The Assassin something and The Pirate something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But they're like fantasy books. I think
Yeah.
they actually stopped being published for some reason. Like I remember hearing someone say that.
Yeah.
That they stopped publishing them. But this is a new book that's coming out from her, I think at the beginning of March. It says March 2017. So March.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other one I think that she wrote was young adult, but I don't think this one is young adult. I can't remember, if I'm being honest, but I think it's not young adult. But I don't remember. It has a quote from Elizabeth Bear on the front, so that's cool. I'll read this and see what I think of it. I requested this at the same time as requesting something else, and I thought that would get here before, because the publicist that I requested the other thing from is the actual person that I emailed, and then she emailed someone else on my behalf about this one. But that person got this to me quicker than the other one did. Anyway, I'm excited. It's another sci-fi book. It says, Esme Koromina has always known that one day she would run the Four Sisters, the small planet system that her father grew into a corporate empire. Raised as the pampered heir to the company, Esme lived the best of years of her life at Star's End, the estate her father built on the terraformed moon where he began his empire. In the tropical sunlight and lush gardens, Esme helped raise her 3 motherless half-sisters. But as Esme is groomed to take over the family business of manufacturing weapons for the mercenary groups spread across the galaxy, she slowly uncovers the sinister truth at the heart of her father's company. And when those secrets are finally revealed, Esme is sure that she's lost her sisters, and part of her soul for good. Now, after a lifetime of following her father's orders, Esme has a second chance. For the first time, Esme is making her own decisions, and the impact of her decisions will reverberate throughout the Four Sisters. As Esme struggles to assemble her estranged sisters for one last goodbye with their dying father, she has to choose whether she wants to follow in her father's footsteps or blaze a daring new path. So it does kind of sound like young adult, but hopefully it'll be good. I'm excited for it. But yeah, it's I've been wanting to read her other books, like since I started BookTube, because I saw them mention a bunch and never got around to it, and then kind of lost interest. But now I have an interest in this, so we'll see if I like it.
I also put together the dragon shelf today.
Again, finally, yay!
One of the few productive things I did. We have all our road signs. Plus there's this road sign which doesn't fit, so I'm going to fit it into the bookcase somehow because I thought that'd be fun, or possibly that bookcase. Haven't decided yet. But this shelf is complete. We may rearrange it a bit. It's a bit cluttered, so I may take some books off. But we have the Enchanted Forest Chronicles, the new editions, which I think they've stopped publishing now, which is ridiculous because I love these covers. They're slightly older Point Fantasy, which I only have the 2nd and 4th of, and I have the Book of Enchantments as well, which is like a sequel, sort of. There's like a short sequel in it. It's just a book of short stories. We have the E. Knight Age of Fire series. We have the first of the Imagination Geographica series by James A. Owen. We have the rest of the books, but they may be lost in the mail. We're not sure. This wonderful bookmark that Judith sent me, because she's awesome, and I'm displaying it until I use it in a book again, which we've already used it a few times. George R. R. Martin's The Ice Dragon. We have the Handbook for Dragon Slayers. Oh, stop it. And also a short story collection of the Dragon Lover's Treasury of the Fantastic, edited by Margaret Weiss. We have Christopher's Dragon with the removable sword. But then you have the Anne McCaffrey, A Diversity of Dragons, which she wrote with Richard Woods and was illustrated by John Howe. And illustrations in this are incredible. We have The Dragon's Blade by Michael R. Miller. My Dragon, which is actually a letter opener, which is legit. And then we have The Book of Dragons by E. Nesbitt, and book 1 and book 3 of the Keepers series by Jackie French Cole. I'm missing the second book, plus these two are old library editions. I'd like to get new copies at some point. The first 3 books of the Memoir of Lady Trent series by Marie Brennan, and we have the 4th book in ARC edition, which Christopher has, even though he hasn't read these ones yet. And then also Seraphina by Rachel Hartman. I think her name is Rachel Hartman. Anyway, so it's our lovely dragon shelf, which I'm pretty happy with, but again, it's getting a bit cluttered, so we may have to remove some of the books at some point.
Giselle made dinner.
I did make dinner.
I came home and smelt and saw this sitting on the counter, barbecue sauce. These were already in the oven when I came home, but they're all done now. What is this exactly? You said rosemary potatoes?
Yes.
That sounds good.
Chris told me, he's like, don't buy any more meat or chicken or anything. We don't need any more. And I was like, I'm going to buy drumsticks anyway. I was like, I don't think we have any, and I really want them. I already told them. I've been craving them.
Gotcha.
So I'm making Chris eat them with me. Okay, so Chris is going to try a bite.
Rosemary potatoes. I've never had, as far as I'm aware, rosemary potatoes before. They're good. Is that what this thing is? It's on them? The green stuff?
Yeah.
For some reason I was imagining rosemary being like pink. But I don't know why.
Rosemary's not pink. We used to have
Gotcha.
big rosemary bushes in my front yard.
Okay.
Like 3 of them.
I feel like they have a particular smell.
They do. Very strong
Yeah.
particular smell, but
Yeah, they're good. Oh, I like them.
oh good.
Mhm.
They also stuck garlic on them.
Yeah, I can tell garlic and rosemary. Yeah, we should do these again.
So I guess I'm gonna have some now.
Have you made these before in your life, like on your own?
Mm-mm.
So this is for your first time making them? Did you follow a recipe?
Yeah, it was really easy though. Like
Yeah.
super simple. I think they could use a little bit more salt. Cause
Yeah, possibly.
I'm a salt addict.
I will get her more salt before
So-
we. Yeah.
A little bit more salt, and then I feel like Parmesan would be really good on them.
Maybe.
Or some kind of cheese. We're not gonna do that, but I feel like it would taste really good. We're also watching Death Note.
I'm finally getting Giselle to watch it with me. I don't know. I was listening to. I finished pretty much entirely. I'm Not a Serial Killer by Dan Wells, which I actually found pretty fascinating and interesting. It was not. I mean, it was not perfect or anything, but it was definitely a lot of fun. I'm interested in reading the next ones at some point, but it got me like in the mood to watch Death Note, and I finally got Giselle to watch it with me. I'm not really a huge fan of manga or anime. Like, I like some of them, and this one I've had a huge thing with Death Note since like I was in middle school, so I have huge nostalgia for this. And I watched these as they came out after I'd already read all of them, of course. But anyway, I mean, objectively, it's not the best thing ever, but I love everything about it, like every single thing about it. So anyway, we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Thanks for dinner.
Oh, you're welcome. It took a while for it to cook, so I felt kind of bad because Chris had to wait like half an hour after he came home.
That's
But
fine.
whatever. I do really like anime and manga though, like a lot. But I've always wanted to watch Death Note, but I know I was never in the mood for it, and I didn't want to watch it if I wasn't in the mood for it because then I wouldn't enjoy it. But I was actually in the mood, and on a whim, he was just like, "Can we watch Death Note?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Really? Are you serious? Can we?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Stop pushing it. Yes, we can watch it." So we're 4 minutes in, so we'll see how I like it. So I forgot to show this to you guys yesterday. It was yesterday, right?
Yeah, how
Yeah.
could you possibly forget this?
I was tired. I was about to go to sleep. I just wasn't thinking about it, but since I'm working for a bookstore, they get sent ARCs. I picked up a few for myself. 2 of them have already been out for a while. Oh, this one actually has its like slip thing on it. I had never even heard of this, and I didn't feel like looking it up when I was in there. So I'll look it up, but it looked like it was completely up my alley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's this one. It's The Watchmen of Port Fate, and it's by Conrad Mason. So we'll see if I like it, but I was like, hey, but this came out August 2015, so
Do they just keep everything on there until someone takes it?
yeah, I think they like go through every like few months and cull books
Yeah.
and like donate them, but I don't know what their method for that is because there's a lot of books that have been there since like 2015, and I'm why is this still here? I got that, and then this I actually saw on Jen from Today in Jen's library. She got an audio arc of this book, and I was super jealous. It's The Inquisitor's Tale, or The Three Magical Children and Their Holy Dog by Haytham Ali. The dog even has a halo on. And she liked it, but she didn't love it. But she also, I don't think, is a huge fan of children's literature in general. Like, she likes some of it, but some of it she's not as big of a fan of. She likes a lot of, like, young adult literature, but not as much children. So I think she told me that she thought I would like this better than she did. I think she still gave it, like, 3 stars or something, though. So this one I picked up, and this came out in September 2016, so pretty recent. And then this one isn't out yet. And I actually just read my first book by this author yesterday because I was at the library and I was like waiting for Christopher to get out, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I could be on my phone, but then I'd have to be on the computer because my phone's pretty much dead. So instead I just turned on Harry Potter music because it wouldn't drain it too much. And I just listened to Harry Potter music and read the first like 70 pages of a book that I just pulled off the shelf. It was a Jill Shalvis book called Animal Attraction, and it's the second book in the series. I haven't read the first book. They didn't have the first book, and I was like, I'm kind of in a contemporary mood. And I actually really liked it, and I read most of it last night. I would have read it all, but I didn't feel like not being in bed. And Christopher already had the lights off in there, so I couldn't finish it last night, but I finished it this morning. I really liked it. It was super cute. So I got one of her new books that's coming out, and it is Lost and Found Sisters. And I'm guessing this is going to be part of a series, and she has a lot of series that are like ongoing long series. I think she might have just finished Lucky Harbor, but I don't remember. So anyway, picked this one up. I'm very excited, and this one comes out in June, so I'll have plenty of time to read it. I almost want to read it right now, but I think I'm going to put it off till like May, so I can talk about it right before it comes out and like give it a boost. And then the last book, I guess Christopher can tell you about, since I know what this is, but I didn't realize what it was when I saw it, and I honestly don't have an interest in it, but I do remember people talking about it on BookTube and being an anticipated book for the year.
This was the only one on the like 4 shelves that she sent me pictures of that seemed like something I would be interested in. It's Born by Jeff Vandermeer. This is actually on my list of stuff that I could possibly ask for, but then I realized I have a lot of stuff already to read and stuff that's still coming to me over the next couple months. I don't know if I'll be able to get to this thing and feel good about asking for it and not realizing that I probably wouldn't be able to get to it around the time that it came out, like if a publisher sent it to me. But now I just got it as a random arc that I could just have and not have like feel any sort of obligation to review it right away. Like, I'm not necessarily obligated to review every single thing I get and to, review it right away. And sometimes I kind of don't, but I try to. But with this, I can just read it whenever I feel like it. And maybe I'll get to it in, I think May is when it comes out. Yeah. May 2nd. So it's a really beautiful cover. I actually don't know anything about it. I just know that I read the Southern Reach trilogy and liked the first book, and his writing is really interesting, so I'm going to give it a shot and see what I think of it. Born, Jeff Vandermeer. Pretty cool. Glad I got it without actually having to ask for it.
From my work, because I work in a bookstore, because I'm really cool.
I have another cool thing to show you that we just got. Go grab those mugs. These are the perks of our jobs. She's now getting a couple arcs, maybe, from work. Like, she can grab them whenever she feels like it from now on. And she works at a bookstore, so that's really cool. And I gotten tons of perks from my work. Our whole apartment is full of perks. But here's another one. These are these little mugs, Nordic drink mugs things. They're apparently a company that makes mugs and jars and stuff. And they had these at a little tiny donation pile / pick party at work. So I got them because I think they're pretty cool looking. And I thought Giselle would like them. They're like kind of like fat little short stubby mugs. And
I do like them. They're
I
awesome.
do like them.
Because we don't have enough mugs and cups already.
No, totally not. And I picked these out like 3 weeks ago, and we had to put our names on them and stuff because we couldn't take them right away. And then I checked the next day because I thought they were going to be there for a couple days, like the shelf of stuff. This was the only thing on the shelf of stuff that I cared about. I thought for sure that someone had stolen it, just taken it, regardless of the fact that it had my name on it, because the shelf of stuff was just gone the next day. So I just assumed that I had lost them forever, which I wasn't that sad about necessarily, because like Giselle said, we have lots of cups and mugs, but I thought they were still really cool. So when they were on my desk when I came to work on Monday. I totally forgot to bring them inside until today. When I found them on my desk on Monday, sitting there, waiting for me, I was like, oh, cool, I actually get those still. It makes me happy. So the last few days have kind of left me MIA with editing stuff and posting stuff. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to be posting a couple vlogs, probably several hours apart each day to kind of catch up again. But the past few days, like yesterday especially, I came home. Actually, it was yesterday, the day before that, and the day before that. So it's ever since Monday, I've come home, basically eaten, tried to do stuff for a little bit, and then fell asleep really early, and then woke up, like, not early at all. Like, I woke up, I think, Tuesday morning after falling asleep early on Monday. I woke up Tuesday morning pretty early, but this morning, I didn't wake up very early at all. And it's because I was not feeling well. The past few days, I've just had a sore throat, like headaches on and off, extreme exhaustion, and just needing to go to sleep. And I apparently get lots of hours of sleep, and I felt pretty fine today, so that's good. I feel mostly fine today, and I'm hoping tomorrow I feel completely better. Because today my throat was stopping hurting, and I didn't feel quite as exhausted. I was able to come home and do stuff. I edited a few vlogs. I read for a bunch, and I did start to plan out a weekly wrap-up that I was supposed to do on Monday, and then sometimes I do on Tuesdays. Now today's Wednesday, I didn't do it yet, but I was writing down notes for what I wanted to do for that, and I didn't actually get it filmed, so I'll film that tomorrow. Easily enough tomorrow, because we're supposed to have a big snow thing happen tonight, snowstorm, blizzard, and we've already been told at work not to come in tomorrow, so I don't have work tomorrow. So I'll be here, probably sleeping in, enjoying it, and then possibly just reading all day, / making booktube videos, because there's a few that I would like to make. So anyway, it's been a productive night, and that feels good to get a productive night out of this week for once. The past 2 nights have not been good, and I would very much like to have a nice productive day tomorrow as well. Relaxing, being at home and everything, probably reading. To me, being productive is reading. That's like the best thing, the best place in life to be. To me, being productive is sitting down and finishing all the books that I have to read, and then eventually doing reviews on them. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.